So now we have the MapSAR folder structure. In the MapSAR training is the name of the incident that I'm working on right now. So what I did was I right-clicked on the incident, new incident 11, unzip, extracted to here. When the folder was extracted, I then renamed it to the incident, and this incident is called MapSAR training. Inside each new incident that you create, or just unzip, is a set of folders. We'll walk briefly through each of these folders and what their purpose are. Backups is an empty folder. It's a placeholder folder where you can back up your database and back up your MXD files. I would recommend that at least once per operational period, you open this folder, create a new folder inside it with the operational period with ArcMap closed, make a copy of the database folder and a copy of MapSAR MXD and a copy of MapSAR Basic. So it's a simple copy and paste operation. I just recommend that you do keep a backup so that if you do need to revert for any reason or something untoward happens to your data, you're not up a creek. You can actually go back to a backup. If you have more time available, more backups are better. Inside the base data folder, we have a folder structure to help you organize your base data. DEM files, which are elevation files, any logos associated with the incident, so maybe your team's logo, other agencies working on there. These logos print on the maps that come out, so it's nice to be able to print the team logo on the map and customize it. Any imagery files to keep those organized. Other maps that you might have, maybe forest maps or park maps that are local to the incident. Topo maps are basic topographics. I normally use SID files, and those are all stored in here. And vector data, vector might be information such as streams, trails, roads, points of interest, that sort of information. And we keep all those in here just to keep them very organized. Also, when we zip the incident up at the end, when we're done with this incident, we're storing all the base data with it. So when you come to open it up again, everything is exactly as the way you left it for review of incident. We'll go back, and the next folder is the documents folder. Inside documents, we have Excel templates. These are templates that you can use for data entry and then import into MapSAR. So for instance, if you were doing team member sign in, you could have Excel set up on a laptop and have team members sign in. And then at some point in time, you can then import those directly into MapSAR. ICS Word, these are just ICS documents, which are there for your convenience. And PDF templates, I just have an ICS template form in there. You can make as many PDF templates as you need throughout the incident. Export is an empty folder. Just when you're exporting data out, it just saves it from cluttering everything up. Incident data, so such information such as GPX track logs, any base data that you may have modified. Rather than modifying an original copy, you make a duplicate and then modify it. Photographs, anything else, maybe clues, anything else you need to store with the incident, you can easily store in this folder. Layer templates, these are used for applying some symbology in the system. You don't really need to touch or do anything with these. The map templates is very important. This is where all the templates for printing come from. So we have some basic map templates. The ANSI A, B refer to the paper size, but we also have it in inches, so 8.5 by 11, 11 by 17, or legal, etc. We have briefing maps, several templates in here. Multi-scale maps, and we'll go through the naming of these when we actually print some. Status maps and team assignment maps. This is all your map templates. If you have templates that you need to make custom, this is where you can store them as well, and we'll cover that in another video. Products is the default location where any maps that you create will be saved to. In this case, I actually have a couple of maps already saved in here. The important one in here is the task assignment template. That template is needed for creating your task assignment forms. So leave that template in here and don't delete it. Report templates, these are for printing report data. So when you're asked, show me all the clues or give me a list of all the clues that we found so far, you can easily run reports on, say, clues, on assignments, on assets. These are already pre-made templates you can add to this collection as you need to. SAR default GDB. This is a very important folder and basically one you shouldn't mess with. There's a lot of files inside there that are quite complex, and if you damage or delete any of these files, you will corrupt your data and possibly lose everything you've been doing. One good reason for a backup, but another good reason, just don't touch this folder. Then you have the two MXDs, which are your base map files. We have two. We have MapSAR.mxd, which is the one we'll be using for training today, which is your base template. And there's a basic version, which is essentially a duplicate of MapSAR with a lot of the layers and complicated tables taken out of it to make it a little less intimidating for somebody who's just learning to use this. If you have someone in your CP that you need to just enter clues or help you, it might be a good way just to get them introduced is to use the MapSAR basic rather than exposing them to the full version, which can be a little daunting for a first use. This concludes the tour of the structure.